turn on my camera?
Yes, you should, sir.
All right.
Your typing is super loud today.
Yes, sir. Sorry, almost
Are
done.
you trading anything?
Not yet, actually. I closed an underwater fartcoin long. I lost at the top yesterday. Yeah.
As is tradition.
Yes, as always, I'm the best.
All right. Well, I assume we are live. I'm going to go ahead and take down that message. It is coming up on the end of November, Michael. If you were an American, you would be celebrating Thanksgiving this week. But you're not. So, but anything that you're thankful for?
Yeah, I am thankful that I'm alive. I didn't end my life with this cycle.
It's a bit dark. Bit of a dark way to start the call.
it's a quite dark beginning for the call. But yeah, I'm grateful. Like, in the end of the day, I'm healthy, so I'm very grateful for that. I'm also grateful for the team that I work and that every day we inspire each other. That's pretty cool. Yeah. What else?
Thankful for the Monad airdrop.
Yeah, always. Like, free money is always nice. I'm always thankful for any amount of money that goes to my wallet, especially when I did not contribute much, not to say at all. So yeah.
Well, I am thankful for everyone here joining. I hope we are going to have a good call here and set the stage for a good December to really round off the year. I hope we are not done yet. There are signs that there is an impending bear market on the horizon. But it's, always, whenever you're still thinking that, then I guess maybe it's not always true, right? Maybe there's a chance that we are going to rebound, catch everyone off guard going into the end of the year. But I think we can cut to the chase. We have some pretty big news today. I'm going to go ahead and add my screen to the stage, Michael, but I might need you to pull it up.
All righty, so show on stage, and here we go,
There
guys.
we go.
I think
Yes.
now we can see our faces.
Yes, which is what I'm sure everyone out in the audience is thankful for. But nevertheless, the first big announcement right here, this has been a long time coming, right? Since we announced Starchild, everyone was asking, yeah, that's great, but what does it have to do with Woo? So we finally got it natively integrated within WooFi Pro. We're calling it WooFi 2.0 because it is the first major upgrade since the EVM launch, which was years ago now, I think over a year ago. Not to say that we've been resting on our laurels, but over that time, we've launched on over 15 different EVM networks, listed a bunch of different assets, and really brought the trading interface on par with what people are expecting from a centralized exchange. Now, the AI piece, I think this is the most important. The biggest trend that we're seeing now in the app development space is this AI as UI concept, where AI is going to completely change the way people interact with apps, and we are big believers in that. So integrating this with our UI, it's the first way that people will start to suddenly deviate from how trading has happened for, well, I guess crypto for 10 plus years, right? Like, having the chart, having the order entry, having maybe an order book, having your positions, and then, frantically switching between all of this, changing charts, trying, if you're a TA guy, trying to see where your lines are lining up, maybe flipping back and forth between TradingView or CoinGlass or whatever premium thing that you subscribe to. And it's very chaotic, right? If you ever see a professional trader's desk, they've got monitors everywhere. And it's not very efficient, right? It's not the best way to trade by any means. Yeah, Michael showing off your setup there. We see that changing dramatically over the next few years. This is the first part, simplifying the way people get access to information directly in the UI. I'll scroll down a little bit here, go through this article. We're starting kind of with the high level vision here. Traders have a vision for what they want to do. Now, that's where it should stop, right? And then the AI should be able to interpret what is your vision. It should be able to build that and then come to you for confirmation. And if it is correct, then it just begins to execute, right? So that's what we're trying to do. That is the long-term goal, returning time to traders, de-stressing the lives of traders. So the first, really basic integration, just in the search bar at the top of the exchange. If you want to know anything, instead of having to flip over to Google or pull up your ChatGPT, you can just ask it any sort of question relative to the market, and it's able to quickly pull up this information for you. And then the second part is the widget over on the right, and a lot of people haven't got a chance to play around with it right now. If you go over to WooFi Pro, you can connect your Telegram, and this widget will pop up. I'll show it to you in a second, but you can basically just talk to it, right? Ask it for technical analysis. You can ask it for its view on the market. You can ask it for information about any sort of token. And it can even do complex things. Like if there's a certain indicator that you like, you can tell it, okay, this is great. I want you to notify me every time this happens, and it will do it. And as you can see in this picture, it's a little bit small. I don't know if I can maximize in this. I don't know how to do it here, but once you have identified a trade that you would like to make, the AI is able to pull together this order entry model, and all you have to do is verify the information, click confirm, and then it executes it for you here. This is just the first phase. There's obviously a lot more stuff that we have coming, but we think it's a pretty exciting evolution for how trading, how traders interact with the UI. Some other things you can do is just generate different market structure summaries, personalized risk awareness. If you're not sure about your sizing, maybe there's a big economic event on the horizon and you want to ask, how do the markets react in these situations? How would that affect my risk? It's able to look at your active positions. It's able to look at the assets in your on-chain wallet and generate custom advice for you. And yes, the alerts we covered earlier. So yeah, we put down here, you set the intention, Star Child built the plan, WooFi delivers the execution. All of this is about simplifying the life of the trader. So that's a quick run through. I might as well just show it to you now that it's live. This is the WooFi Pro UI that you're all familiar with. Over here at the top is the search. This is the one I talked about earlier. You can ask it less, the question I asked earlier about ETFs. I don't know, Michael, what's a question I should throw at it? What are you worried about right now in the market?
How much of the Nasdaq valuation is in NVIDIA alone?
Okay, how much?
It's a quite complicated one, but Google performs so well. The new AI, the new Gemini version from Google is absolutely fabulous. I'm in love today with it, and NVIDIA, and it wasn't trained. The model wasn't trained on NVIDIA chips. So yeah, ChatGPT and NVIDIA are in quite a jeopardy with this.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So aware that this isn't beta and we don't want to have a Facebook moment where it all crashes out. It did not actually provide me the ratio in this web search tab, but it did quickly provide me the market cap and the stock price. So there's a lot of information you'll be able to pull out of here. For more advanced, because this search bar is only pulling web search related things. So it's for finding things very quickly. For more detailed analysis, head over to the widget on the right. So just scrolling up quickly, there's a lot of different things I've already asked it. Like here, I wanted to see some 4-hour TA on hype. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's pretty zoomed out. I'll zoom in. Well, that's going to try to condense it. That wasn't a good idea. Okay, so let me scroll back up. And yeah, it basically gave me all the key metrics about hype. It also gave me a potential entry for long with stop loss and a take profit, as well as the short side, what you'd be looking at. And so for a trader like me, that's very valuable because I often have ideas, but then I'm working all the time. So I don't really have time to sit down and think about how will this play out? How can I plan this trade? And so this could very quickly say, okay, you're bullish on an asset here. let's make a plan for it. And it can even provide a chart. You can see it even provides some levels forecasting different areas here. And this is totally custom. If you don't want this on the 4 hour, you want this on the 1 day, you want this on the 15 minute, it can handle all of that. So up here is where I asked it. I asked it earlier for a Bitcoin short to hedge my earlier positions. And it generated this order for it. I didn't end up taking this because I came back and said, let's do this with much more size. I feel very strongly about shorting BTC. I actually don't. That was just me trying to create more scenarios to show off here. And again, it brought up the full short with the take profit, the stop, which would have allowed me to click confirm right there. So a lot of different things you can do. You can create different chats if you want. You can view the history, different things you've asked it. I've only asked it the one thing so far. If you have any agents, you can click on them here, the agents being the notifications. And there's some different settings that I haven't played around with, but something for us to play with a little bit later. But yeah, Michael, any thoughts? Anything that I left out?
Yeah, I think it's worth to underline that there is no other paradex or any DEX or any trading tool where you can execute the trades directly and leverage the AI. Yeah, there are like Bybit has indicators, AI indicators for TA, but like I do recognize it as a really unique feature, and I'm proud of it. This can be so helpful.
Yeah. Oh, and another Easter egg, in case you were missing that. Top right corner, these are the networks that we're connected to. This is actually the next agenda point on the call. You can see the last one here is Monad. Monad launched this week. We had a little announcement about it here. There's the Molendak in the middle spinning around with his jars of tokens. But yeah, this feels like this network has legs. What do you think, Michael? I know you have mixed reviews on Monad, but what are you thinking long term?
Well, I did not execute the airdrop well, the pump price, and from retrospective, yeah, the ICO price was such an obvious support as Donald tweeted. So yeah, I did not make money on the trade on the pump, which is sad. I'm not particularly bullish on Monad, but they do have a lot of money, and it would be nice if we transfer some of them to WooFi. Are there any plans of launching WooFi swap there?
Well, so they're looking at it right now. Whenever there's a new chain, the first thing we always look at is the infra. There's a few core pieces, such as oracles, such as Layer 0, that need to be there. But with Monad, a lot of these are very, very early day one deployments. The second thing we look at is aggregators to see if there is the right kind of flow. So things like 1inch, 0x, Jupiter, Paraswap, whatever. Odos, another big one. If these guys are there, it makes it very easy because we know if we put the smart contracts there, we start quoting, there is going to be volume. I guess the last thing is stable coins, making sure that the right stable coins are there to match, but that should be definitely done. So right now the team will be looking at all these parameters, and just by the size of Monad, I feel like it's going to be a no-brainer that WooFi will be there soon. All right. By the way, Michael, have you looked at any of the altcoins or early primitives or early memes on Monad? Anything worth checking out?
No. I decided to fumble. I'm done with memes.
It's going to be a full fumble.
So guys, if I were you, after hearing that I am fumbling it, I would do my research. But yeah, there's too much going on. There's too much going on at work and stuff to discover another chain and dig into the details there.
By the way, if you have a question that you want to fire me live, the comments are live. WooDaddy was dropping in to say hello. Hello back to you, sir. Hope everything is going well. Maybe we jump to the next point, Michael. The Ultimate Crypto Championship, which is an orderly trading competition, is still ongoing. I think there's there's 17 days left, so still plenty of time. A lot of big names still positive. DeFi Squared, who is got a very healthy lead. Him and Taiki, they both played the shorts over the last couple of weeks very well. Taiki with an amazing run, publicly shorting, I think, $1.5 million worth of ETH, and getting very heavily rewarded for that. So well done, Taiki. He's an old friend of Wu. Goldman Sachs, another one still positive. Our own Satstar trading on WuFi Pro. He is also still in the positive. Xteen Fong, that's another one, interesting name to see here. So a lot of WuFi Pro traders still in the game. Looks like these Salsa Tequila and Kaleo had a rough go of things down there, getting liquidated. Looks like Kaleo got liquidated twice, but I guess that's what you get with Kaleo. He's kind of an all or nothing sort of guy. Over on the public leaderboard, this is where you'll show up if you join as a community member. There's a lot of rewards to be won. Sorry, it's very late here. But yeah, join the leaderboard, start trading, and get your share of that. See if you can best some of these big names like DeFi Squared. So yeah, that's going on. Michael, what is, the point that you asked earlier about WuFi Swap, I did want to give a really quick update. As some of you know, we integrated WuFi Swap into the Orderly SDK. That means whenever anyone creates a DEX on Orderly, like I'm showing here, I'm giving a shout out to the Humble Farmer perp DEX. That is Taiki Maeda's perp DEX. Last week, they added another tab here for swap. So when any of the Orderly One users or using a DEX from Orderly One, and there's a lot of them, they click swap, they're going to come here. It is actually routing through WuFi Swap to give them one of the best prices. So right now, this is just single chain swap, similar to WuFi, but I hear next week they're going to add the cross-chain functionality. So just anchoring ourselves to other ecosystem partners like Orderly, helping them provide a better experience to their users, and then hopefully, catching that upside, catching that growth as well. Michael, what is the next topic before the Q&A?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm a bit lost.
Should we talk about the community?
Yeah, community is an important one, sorry.
Okay. So if you have not been in and around our Telegram recently, the Wu Telegram, I know a lot of you guys have a love-hate relationship with it. It's nice that it's there, but oftentimes there's a lot of low-value interactions, a lot of people troubleshooting, trying to find problems or solutions to their problems, other people just complaining about different things. And we definitely understand people's frustration with everything, right? But we felt that it wasn't a very good representation of the brand. When new people join, they come in there's a bunch of people who are depressed, complaining, worried about a bear market, instead of focusing on sort of the vision and the task that we have ahead of us, especially with StarChad launching on WuFi Pro, a lot of key updates. We didn't want it to get lost in all the noise. So we ended up turning this into an announcement channel. The reason I'm covering this now is if anyone's, a little bit curious, they missed that announcement, they want to know why, I just want to address it. And if you have stopped checking in on the channel, maybe this is a good time to come back. I know a lot of the OGs said that they'd prefer to get their news elsewhere other than, diving through hundreds of messages in the Telegram. So it's going to be very clean. And hopefully the time that we used to spend giving really case-by-case admin help to people, we can put that into creating more content that reaches a much bigger audience, helps to grow the brand in the right way. So that's one of the things that we're doing there. Encourage people to join in again, start paying attention, and then helping us to share some of these key updates throughout the community. All right, Michael, I have reached the end of my agenda.
Are you sure? I think there should be something else, call it listing.
Oh, yes, good point. There was a listing over the week.
Yeah, on
Let me just scroll through the feed.
by Konami exchange. So recently, community asked when another listings why we don't promote those events. So those listings don't have a huge influence, but there is always a new region, a new place where you can buy wool. So yeah, we are letting you know, guys, that listings are still happening, basically.
Yeah, and I was actually doing I do a lot of analysis on the Woo token and going deep into the Block Explorer, kind of pulling this together. And well, a lot of the AI tools have made my life a lot easier because they're very good at cleaning data up. A surprising amount of Woo is being held on these smaller regional exchanges. You know, not like that you would expect, right? Like some of these names like Bitpanda, Bitthumb, Bitstamp, CoinEX, CoinDCX. What's the one in Australia? I think it's called CoinSpot. And if you go through, you see, you know, a lot of millions and millions of Woo are just like locked up in these exchanges, and the users there tend to be very sticky. They're very retail. They just go in, maybe they had a recommendation from a friend, they buy, you know, maybe $500 worth of Woo or whatever token, and then it just sits there for years, right? Very similar to like XRP holding behavior. So I think it is very beneficial to stack up a lot of these exchanges, which Woo has done very effectively over the years. I think the only two centralized exchanges off the top of my head that we're not on being Coinbase, which I would asterisk it by saying now Coinbase routes on chain. So you can actually buy Woo on Coinbase, but also Upbit, the big Korean one, not on there yet. That would be a very, very big one to get. And I think one of the reasons why we're so keen to really push our AI developments into a more high profile area, simply because exchanges like Upbit will always reward projects building in innovative areas over things like, you know, exchange tokens, which are not the most innovative or exciting thing. So yeah, this is here. We're always working with the exchanges. We should do better at that, do more marketing promotions within these local exchanges, try to grow that and stimulate that. But I guess our DNA as an exchange builder and traders, we're quite good at working with these exchanges and knowing how they operate, knowing how they think. So yeah, something to do there. I noticed there's a question that popped up from Pablo95, 22 Pablo95. You want to say he appreciates the transparency. Actually, you know what? I think I can pull these up on screen. I forgot that I am live streaming. Bang. Hey. Gives me confidence for the future of Woo. Yeah, I guess there wasn't a question there, but I do appreciate the comment. And, you know, even as a token holder, I agree with the general sentiment that when the markets get choppy, you do kind of want to find teams that have a track record for, you know, dealing with these sort of conditions. You know, a lot of projects spring up when the market conditions are good, but they fade away quickly. I know that the team, the core guys like Jack Tan, you know, they put their life's work into this sort of thing, so they're going to be here. And we're going to, you know, we took some punches on the chin in the last cycle, but I don't think it's certainly not going to end us. We're not going to give up. So, but thank you for the kind words there, Pablo.
Yeah, it means a lot.
It does. And honestly, changing the Telegram community has helped my mental state a lot. You know, I used to wake up, first thing, just check that community and scroll back, and, you know, seeing a lot of I put myself in their shoes. You know, I know it is like frustration and panic sometimes. But, you know, as a human, you cannot help like absorbing that. And, you know, as much as I'm able to block it out, it does add a lot of stress into our lives, right? And then, you know, instead of thinking about, hey, what's the most impactful thing we can do for this, you know, Star Child launch, we're thinking like, how can I explain to this guy that, you know, the company is not insolvent and the company is on good footing. We've been through this and we're going to keep pushing. Speaking of which, we got one from our friend Block. He asked, when do you rug completely? Block, if that is what you're looking for, this is probably not the place for you. I wish you good luck with the rest of your crypto investments. But, I don't think I would be sitting up here with my face on camera if my plan was to rug completely. Now would I?
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, it is what it is. I understand the frustration. Just looking at a chart, it's easy to draw those conclusions, but here we are. Okay, we have about 4 minutes left. Michael, do we have any calls to action this week? This is the force call, right? Like, we're trying to make sure that people are aware of what's going on and what's important to us. I think the most important thing is helping us get the StarChild integration on WooFi, calling it WooFi 2.0, get that out, get more people trying it, and understanding that there are a lot of first of its kinds. In terms of AI DEXs, there are a few AI DEXs, but some of the stuff we're doing here is quite unique. And we've got a very big pipeline of products coming. Try to get some of them, the bigger ones, out before the end of the year. I don't want to go into that today, but yeah, definitely if you haven't tried WooFi Pro, try it out, connect your Telegram to the StarChild widget, try out a few trades, and then see what you think. Maybe you'll think it's quite useful. Maybe you'll have some really good feedback or criticism for us, but either way, just send it across. You can always find me and Michael on Twitter. You can probably find us on Telegram too if you know where to look.
yeah, always happy to answer any questions. Just like Ben said, there is huge difference between rugging and logging in every day, trying to increase the price and fighting for another battle.
One thing I did mean to show, I guess, before we end here, is the buyback and burns are still ongoing. We'll have another burn on Friday. This should be one of our biggest months yet in terms of that. So the one silver lining of the price being low, it's much easier to buy back a lot of tokens. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you want to follow that live, there's a link to the Dune dashboard. But yeah, why don't we wrap it up here if there's no more questions? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Michael, for hosting. Any last words, Michael?
Yeah, keep fighting, guys. Never stop clicking. Never stop clicking. Yeah. Thank you.